Fox Sports.
We are Fox Sports. We are Minnesota.
It seems as if the Twins have been on the road for 2 weeks. This long road trip comes to a close in Cleveland, and the Twins have a chance to win their first 3-game series of the year. The road trip started with the Twins 14.5 games back. If they can pick up a win against the first-place Indians, it'll be just an 11.5-game deficit. Dick Bramer and the Hall of Famer Burt Blyleven with you. Final game of this road trip and series here in Cleveland. The Twins have been chasing the Indians all year long, and today they send Carl Pavano to the mound.
Well, Carl Pavano once pitched for the Cleveland Indians right here at Progressive Field, and he's really pitched well over his last 2 starts. His last start, a 9-inning complete game victory against the Kansas City Royals, and he's a guy that'll work deep into the ball game. 4 times this year, he's worked 8 or more innings. So Pavano on a hot afternoon day, go deep into the ball game. The bullpen's done a great job, but Pavano likes to finish what he starts.
Things are such for the Minnesota Twins, they can ill afford to lose more ground to the first-place Cleveland Indians, so they need a win here today. We'll be back with the series finale in a moment. Twins baseball on Fox Sports North is brought to you by your local Northland Ford dealers. Visit your local Northland Ford dealer or go to northlandford.com. And by Menards. Save big money on all your home improvement needs at Menards. From the outside, the phrase only 11.5 games out might sound a little silly, but when a week ago the Twins were 16.5 games back, if they can pick up a win here today, 11.5 games seems surmountable in terms of a deficit and recoverable. We'll see what happens in the series finale here today. The Menards batting order: Ben Revere, Alexi Casilla, Michael Cuddyer hitting third. Middle of the lineup of Morneau, Young, and Valencia. Luke Hughes, Matt Tolbert, and Drew Butera.
And that lineup will be facing Justin Masterson, making his 13th start. A ground ball pitcher. Now, he's not won since April 26th, and he has not had a lot of run support. He's 0-4 over his last 7 starts with an ERA at 4.05. In May, in 6 starts, the offense scored only 13 runs in his 6 starts. Looking for his first career win against the Twins. His 6th career start against the Twins, he's 0-4 with a 4.82 ERA. When Masterson is on, he'll get a lot of ground ball outs, a hard sinking fastball.
Ron Gardenhire with a good lifetime mark against the Indians, and even this year when the Indians have been in first place all year long, it seems, and the Twins have been in last place. The Twins have won 3 of the 4 meetings so far. Here's Ben Revere to get things started, and a strike on the outside corner.
Well, Ben Revere got a base hit in his last at bat last night to keep his 10-game hitting streak. Now a career high for Ben Revere. And you mentioned before, it seems like, he's brought some energy to the ball club. He's done a good job taking over at a leadoff spot right now. Denard Span flown back to Minnesota yesterday, has some dizziness, and he'll be checked out at home, and hopefully he'll be all right.
Down and in. This road trip for the Twins has been just a week and a half long, a 10-gamer counting today, and the Twins have won 5 games. But over the course of the road trip, they've lost Jim Thome, Jason Kubel, and Denard Span to injury. 1-2, and now 2-2.
Well, Masterson has worked 80 innings. He has 27 walks, 1 intentional with 58 strikeouts. He's given up 77 hits, only 3 home runs.
And a called third strike. Revere thought he checked his swing. Al Porter rang him up, 1 away. Northland Ford defense for the Cleveland Indians: Michael Brantley in left, Grady Sizemore in center, Shin-Soo Choo in right, Jack Hanahan, Carlos Santana the corner infielders, as Drupal Cabrera at short, Court Phelps making his debut at second base, and Lou Marson back behind the plate.
This is a guy, Masterson, the Twins have to almost hit the other way because of that sinker down and away. See how that ball runs away.
Casilla to the left field corner, and Brantley with the catch and a quick second out.
Masterson, just 26 years old, coming over from the Boston Red Sox organization in his 3rd season with the Indians. Got traded over in the Victor Martinez trade back in July of 2009.
2 down. Here's Michael Cuddyer. Cuddyer struck out looking to end the ball game last night and disputed that called third strike with today's third base umpire, Adrian Johnson. Cuddyer ordinarily not very animated and not too volatile with umpires. Felt he did not touch the umpire. There's no word today, at least there wasn't as of an hour ago, as to whether the umpire felt Cuddyer had made contact with him.
Well, Cuddyer pretty upset right there, and I don't think any contact was made. He has very good numbers against Masterson. Masterson has been tough on right-handed hitters. Right-handed hitters hitting 186, but for Cuddyer, he's hitting 421, 8 hits and 19 at-bats against Masterson.
This one dumped down the line, and that's going to land foul by about 8 feet. And the Twins have had pretty good success against Masterson. Here's the Window Concepts window of opportunity.
Yeah, he's pitched a total of 37 innings, and the Twins have been able to score 27 runs. Now 7 unearned runs out of those 27, but still looking for his first win against the Twins.
2-2 to Cuddyer. Snap bat and a foul ball.
That's getting in the kitchen right there. That's that sinker inside, and it's a heavy sinker.
This is a Cleveland Indians starting rotation that has a lot of sinker ball pitchers. Now that pitch left up a little bit, but it ran in on the hand. But between Masterson, last night's starter, Carlos Carrasco, Fausto Carmona, I mean, this is a staff. Tim Belcher's got a sinker ball staff that he's working with here.
Yeah, what Tim Belcher's trying to do is get these guys just to throw strikes and trust their stuff.
Tapper foul.
Great job by Carlos Carrasco last night. 8 1/3 shutout innings.
Tim Belcher, long time ago, #1 draft pick of the Twins, didn't sign with them. Another 2-2 to Kadire. Foul off a leg. You mentioned that Masterson has only given up 3 home runs. They've all come to left-handed batters.
Yeah, left-handers hitting 311 off of them. Again, right-handers just 186. Opponents overall hitting 261. His complete game this year actually a 1-0 loss to the Chicago White Sox. So he has not had a lot of run support.
3-2 with Morneau on deck.
Sometimes you get in that slot. I know Brad Radke for a while was that way. You know, just every time you walk out there, it seems to be a 2-1 ball game.
Masterson struggles against lefties, pale in comparison to Carlos Carrasco struggles against lefties. And last night, lefties were 1 for 15 against him.
Yeah, you just never know. And that was Ben Revere, you know, in the 9th inning. The base hit the other way.
Another 3-2 to Kadire. This one drilled to right center field. Shin-Soo Choo is there to catch the liner, and Kadire's finally retired. And Masterson has a 1-2-3 first inning. Bright sunshine, temperatures in the low 90s. And the Menards batting order for the Indians. Michael Brantley leading off as Drupal Cabrera, Grady Sizemore, Carlos Santana hitting cleanup again, playing first base again. Shin-Soo Choo, Matt Laporta, Cord Phelps in his debut, Jack Hanahan and Lou Marson.
And Carl Pavano on the mound, making his 13th start, his second this season against his former team. Finally got win number 100. Now work on your next 100, Carl Pavano. 7th career start against his former team. He's 3-2 with an ERA under 3, 2.95 in 6 starts. Beat the Indians back on April 24th here. In Minnesota. He pitched 7 very good innings against the Tribe.
1 strike to Brantley. Cleveland having a tough time these days scoring runs. And the run they got last night to win the ball game 1-0, an unearned run. That said, Brantley's had a good series. Cabrera's had a good series. And Brantley starts this game with another base hit. Slashing a single to left. And he's aboard for Asdrubal Cabrera. Northland Ford defense for the Minnesota Twins. Delman Young on left, Ben Revere in center, Michael Kadire in right. Valencia back in the lineup at third. Casilla and Tolbert up the middle. Hughes at first. And Drew Butera, Carl Pavano's personal catcher, behind the plate.
Asdrubal Cabrera having an all-star type year, but against Carl Pavano, he's 0 for 16 for some reason. With a walk, and Pavano's been able to strike him out 4 times.
Outside, ball 1. Brantley aboard, leading off the ball game for the 3rd time in this series. 2 hits and a walk.
Brantley with 8 stolen bases in 10 attempts.
And that clips the inside corner and evens the count.
And we've seen, Pavano is not real quick home, and clubs have run against Pavano. 10 for 11 in stolen base attempts against Pavano successfully. Pavano does have a couple pickoffs this year. He's had only 2 ground ball double plays turned behind him, this being his 13th start.
Just off the corner, 2-1. And Butera, known as a good catch and throw catcher, so most of that number is dropped on Pavano's doorstep. With everything you mentioned, a little slow to the plate and sometimes a big leg kick.
Well, Pavano just a big man, 6'5", about 250, so it takes him a little while to get going, but he will bring that left knee up to about his belt. He'll try to be as quick as he can, maybe hold it. Don't try to just throw always at the same time. Ball missing low.
3-1.
Carl Pavano, 35 years old, making his 253rd Major League start.
And fouled over the Cleveland dugout, full count. Beautiful day for baseball, hot and muggy, and it's brought to you in Sony High Definition. So we'll keep an eye on Brantley here with a full count. Hughes will hold him on, of course.
Yeah, I would have to guess that Maniac is going to send him right here.
And there he goes, and swung on and missed. Butera's throw right on the bag. Got him. Perfect throw by Drew Butera.
The old strike him out, throw him out, and Cabrera continues to struggle against Pavano. 5th time that he struck out against him in 17 at-bats. Butera's throw right on the mark. And Casilla kind of catching it and then letting that ball kind of carry right into the tag. And showing the umpire he still has the ball in his glove.
2 gone. That'll bring up Grady Sizemore. Sizemore taking over the 3rd spot in the batting order, with Shin-Soo Choo sliding down to 5th. And a bouncer towards second. Backhanded by Tolbert. And Pavano, despite giving up a leadoff single, faces just 3 men in the inning.
I'm Robbie and Smikowski. Orlando Cabrera not playing in the baseball game today, but he's had a big influence for a guy as well-traveled as he is, been around a long time, and everywhere he has gone, Orlando Cabrera has seen success. Take a look at his numbers starting in 2004, his track record, winning the World Series with the Boston Red Sox as a trade deadline acquisition then. He's made the playoffs every year since, with the exception of 2006, Cincinnati Reds last year. And Dick and Bert, when I asked him about the early season success for the Cleveland Indians, he said it's all the pitching, all the hitting, everything coming together at once. He's hesitant to take credit for his part that he plays and the success everywhere he has gone. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, the guy's a winner. He really is. He brings a great attitude with him, and I think that's the thing that people talk about is great play. He's a .275 career hitter, but it's his attitude that he brings into the clubhouse.
And some people here in Cleveland are giving him some credit for bringing out the best in Asdrubal Cabrera on the other side of the middle infield. 2-1 to Justin Morneau starting the second inning. Little pop up short center field. In fact, it'll be caught by the shortstop Cabrera. One down. Cabrera's had an impact in this series both offensively and defensively.
Well, he's just a good hitter, hitting from both sides of the plate. 12 home runs, a career high. He had 18 home runs coming into this year in his 5th season with the Indians. So the first 4 years, a total of 18 home runs. He's got 12 already. Hit 3 all of last year.
One gone, Delman Young, the hitter. And a strike on the outside corner.
You know, when they had Johnny Peralta here, he was playing second base, and I think, you know, Manny Actor, they saw something in him to try to bring out. And your shortstop should always be one of your leaders on the ball club. And Asdrubal Cabrera, whether it be Orlando Cabrera, has brought out the best of him. This guy definitely is really starting to come into his own.
Swing and miss, 1-2 to Young. Young with a double off the center field fence last night. But the struggles continue for Young at .225.
Yeah, just 2 for 11 lifetime against Masterson. Just not seeing Delman just make good contact the way he did last year. He just looks like sometimes he's feeling for the ball.
Foul
like
tip.
That.
Marson
just not a good swing right there. Almost a late. Okay, I think I'm going to swing. Take a look at this swing right here. I mean, almost. I don't know how to describe that swing. A pitcher's swing.
2 down in the second. Here's Danny Valencia.
That's the way I used to swing. Hate to say that, but.
And a strike over the inside corner. Valencia held out of the starting lineup for a couple of games. Did make a pinch hitting appearance last night. And Masterson working the ball in and out.
That's how they've been trying to get Danny Valencia out this year. Last year he had a good rookie season, hit .311. This year they're busting him in and then making him chase that pitch. And if you leave it up, I mean, that's what happens. Any hitter's going to hit that pitch right there. First hit for the Twins.
And that'll bring up Luke Hughes. Coming up this week, Fox Saturday Baseball returns. Josh Hamilton and the Rangers go to Minnesota to take on the Twins. This week's telecast of Fox Saturday Baseball begins at 3 p.m. Central.
Man, a good fastball in on Valencia for a ball, then a slider away, and then he left one up, and Danny hit it right back up the middle.
And a strike on the outside corner with Hughes at first base and the other changes in the Twins lineup today. To give you some idea what Ron Gardenhire has had to do just to put a lineup out there. Today's lineup is the 57th different lineup in 61 games. Only 4 times this year has he had a duplicate lineup to anything he's had before.
Well, he'd like to have the lineup he had on opening day, but it hasn't happened. But you know what? Luke Hughes has been swinging a good bat. 6 hits in his last 14 at-bats. He got a base hit last night that Cabrera did a great job of keeping it in the infield.
Valencia is thrown out at second base. The Twins try to run him into scoring position, and he's tagged out. The Twins are done in the second inning. baseball, we'll not only try to answer it, we'll try to give you a correct answer.
Yeah, good luck.
Jason Friend from Shakopee wondering when was the last time Cleveland won the Central Division. And the Indians won it in 07. They've won a total of 7 of them, including the run in the late 90s. When the Twins kind of took over for a while, the Indians have won it sporadically. Royals, of course, haven't been to the postseason since they won the World Series in '85. And the Tigers, the one year they got to the postseason, they went in as a wild card, losing the division title on the last day to the Twins. Bottom of the 2nd inning, and Carlos Santana will lead off against Carl Pavano. Check swing, but a strike. No swing. I beg your pardon. Adrian Johnson said he didn't go. Santana, Chu, and Laporta in the 2nd. 2-0. Santana got the double last night. Bouncer up the line, fouls. Delman Young made an error on the play, allowing Santana to go to 3rd. And then a weak little ground ball scored the only run of the game. Two and 1. And a called strike.
You see Santana kind of leaning out over the plate. A good pitch right there by Pavano going inside. Santana hitting only .205 as a left-handed hitter. His hands basically over the plate.
Popped up short center field. And Ben Revere comes in. Makes the catch, 1 away. And that'll bring up Shin-Soo Choo. Chu, as we mentioned, has been moved from 3rd to 5th in the Cleveland lineup. Hasn't hit particularly well this year.
5 for 12 lifetime against Pavano with a home run.
And a first pitch strike.
I know I talked about it the other night. That DUI that he got back in early May has really kind of affected him a lot, you know, on the field and off the field. And I'm sure it'll take a while for him to realize that, you know, you have to put that behind you.
It's hit well to left center field. Delman Young going back. That's headed toward the wall. Young plays the carom, and Chu has a 1-out double.
I got a high fastball right there and just went with it. His 8th double of the year. 2nd hit for the Indians off of Pavano. And Delman doing what he needed to do. Play the carom, get it back in.
Matt Laporta will hit as Cleveland's designated hitter.
Shelley Duncan, there was a DH last night, that he was optioned out here today for the guy on deck, Cord Phelps, getting his first look at the major league level. Switch hitting infielder.
Duncan's real value to the Indians came as a pinch hitter. He drove in 17 runs, but 7 of them off the bench. 1-1 to Laporta. Same pitch, same spot. 2-1.
Yeah, repeat inside. Good pitch right there, even though you fell behind. Now might open up that pitch down and away. Pavano, excellent control. Only 17 walks in 80 innings pitched. A lot of times he'll throw that off-speed pitch in counts like this. With slider missing away.
3-1 with Phelps on deck. Full count.
Good pitch right there. Instead of a fastball, went to the slider. And Laporta swinging through it. 2 Good quick break on that slider. Butera calling time. They want to go through a new set of signs.
To Cleveland's DH. High drive to center field. High and deep. Revere back with just enough room to make the catch. Chu tags. He'll go to third. Casilla catches Revere's throw and will run it back to the infield. So Pavano gives up a deep fly ball, but to the right part of the ballpark.
Yeah, and you know what? We talked about it before. Ben Revere, he can cover a lot of ground, but he doesn't have the best arm strength. And you see Casilla, watch Casilla, the shortstop, how far he goes out to get the throw. You can see where Casilla is. He has to go a long way out there, and that's how you can help an outfielder that doesn't have a strong arm. The infielders have to get out there quicker and a little further out.
So 2 down, Chu up to third, and here's Court Phelps in his first major league at bat.
Phelps, a switch hitter, hit .299 at AAA.
Smothered by Tolbert, and that ends the inning. The Indians getting a runner, Chu to third base, strand him there, and we're scoreless after 2 innings. Against the Texas Rangers, and the Prairie Island Indian community and Treasure Island Resort and Casino is proud to present Celebrate Diversity Day. You can come early for an entertaining pregame ceremony, and the first 5,000 fans in the ballpark will get a Celebrate Diversity t-shirt. Tickets are available for the game tomorrow night, and you can get them by calling 800-33-TWINS or go to twinsbaseball.com. Luke Hughes shoots the first pitch of the third inning into right field for a single.
Hughes was at the plate last inning when Danny Valencia was thrown out for the final out. He jumps on that first pitch from Masterson. Second hit for the Twins.
Twins had a 5-game winning streak end last night in their 1-0 loss. And through the 5 games, they hit just 2 solo home runs, but had 8 or 9 bunts that were critical in the 4-game sweep in Kansas City and the opening series or opening game win here in Cleveland.
Yeah, Hanahan, the third baseman for the Indians, playing in on the grass, looking for the possible bunt from Tolbert.
And Tolbert drives it to right, and Chu has to make a late adjustment to make the catch. Tolbert hit it right on the button, and in Kansas City we saw Tolbert a couple of times hit the ball over the head of the Royal right fielders. He almost did it there.
Yeah, bright day, bright afternoon day. Chu looked like he didn't pick up the ball right away, so Hughes kind of went halfway. Tolbert gave it a ride, but Chu at the last second reacted and made the line drive out catch.
That'll bring up the number 9 hitter, Drew Butera. And Butera's picked up a few bunt singles along the way this year, including one here 2 nights ago. With a runner at third, he pushed the ball up the first baseline. Got credit for a bunt single and a run scored. And he takes ball 1. Twins, of course, doing the best they can without their all-star catcher Joe Mauer, who's down in Florida.
Yeah, Fort Myers had an off day yesterday. That way Joe Mauer did not catch or hit.
He's supposed to catch tonight. 1-1.
Well, what we've seen Ron Gardenhire use Rene Rivera and Drew Butera almost every other day. Get both of them some at-bats. Rivera caught in last night's ball game, caught Liriano, who worked 5 very good innings. Doing a good job by the bullpen again.
And Hughes takes off, and the pitch dribbled in front of the play. A swinging ball. And Masterson throws Butera out. And Hughes advances to second, 2 away.
Yeah, Lou Marson came out. I don't know if he called Masterson off, but he used those big palms Masterson did to grab the ball before Marson could. Kind of a swinging bunt, maybe a hit and run put on. You see both of them reaching for the ball. It was Masterson that got there first to get the out. But on the play, Hughes gets into scoring position.
Revere went down on strikes to start the ball game.
Ten-game hitting streak for Ben Revere, hitting .342 over the last 10 games that he's played in. 13 hits and 38 at-bats coming into this game. Also walked 4 times.
One thing we've seen Revere do, and it has to bring a smile to Joe Vavra's eyes, the hitting coach for the Twins. Even when he doesn't get a base hit, he's hitting the ball on the ground. Not very often have we seen Revere pop the ball up. 1 strike to Revere. And now a ball. One and 1 to the Twins leadoff hitter. Liner up the middle and a base hit. Hughes around third. He's coming in. And Revere drives in a run and gives the Twins the first lead.
And keeps the hitting streak going right there. Ben Revere with his 3rd RBI. And we've seen Ben take a lot of balls up the middle. Again, right back up the middle. We saw it in Kansas City a couple times. Hoshaver almost took his head off. And Revere puts the Twins up 1-0 as Luke Hughes scores.
Well, you would think another running situation for the Twins with Revere's speed and Casilla at the plate. Revere so far this year, 3 steals and 3 tries. Twins haven't done as much base stealing as they had originally planned. Injury is a big part of that. Tsuyoshi Nishioka has hardly played this year. Casilla got off to a very slow start and couldn't get to first base. Strike on the outside corner.
That's one thing you can't do up here. You can't steal first. Twins with 28 stolen bases on the year. They've been caught now 10 times. Danny Valencia caught in the 2nd inning.
A little bit low, and it's 1-1. Revere goes, did not get a good jump. And he's thrown out. Looked like he stumbled, slipped, spun his wheels a little bit when he tried to leave first base. And he's thrown out after delivering an RBI single to put the Twins in front 1-0. You can let us know who you think will be the Arby's value player of the game. Text the word value followed by a space in the player's name to short code 234-234. And Pavano with a couple of scoreless innings leading the balloting so far.
Well, 2 shutout innings for Pavano. Again, he pitched here a couple years ago after 4 miserable years in New York. He signed with the Indians in 2009. They gave him that opportunity, and then he ended up getting traded to the Twins. But he won 9 ball games here for the Indians in 21 starts.
Jack Hanahan taking a strike. And now a ball, 1-1. And a strike that covers the inside corner. Hanahan held out of action for a couple of games over the weekend because of a tight left hamstring, but he's played in all 3 games in this series. Missing the inside corner to even the count. Twins gave up a pitching minor leaguer Johan Pino to get Pavano just about 2 years ago, a little less than 2 years ago. Pena never amounted to much with the Indians. In fact, people I asked weren't even sure if he's still in the organization. He did not have a good year last year at AAA. And Pavano largely responsible for the Twins winning the division title in 2009, doing well down the stretch, and he was kind of the horse of the staff last year.
Yeah, 17-game winner last year for the Twins. Just missing inside again. Working both sides of the plate. Pavano led the staff in innings pitched last year, 221 innings. Only 37 walks last year. That's Cliff Lee, Roy Halladay type numbers. Not a lot of walks.
Full count to the leadoff man in the 3rd. Hanahan sends it to first. Hughes gobbles it up, makes the play, 1 down. You look at Hughes at first base, and he's not the preferred choice for Ron Gardenhire. But all those times in spring training when you move players around and Hughes got some exposure at first base, sometimes you need to look at situations like that with the understanding that, we might need this guy at first base. It's not just a throwaway inning over at first base, but Morneau's struggling physically. would feel a little more comfortable DHing today. Kadire, the Twins need him in right field now with Denard Span being sent back to the Twin Cities.
Well, and it's how guys get to the big leagues and hopefully stay there because you're so versatile. And that's part of Luke Hughes's kind of resume. He can play all 3-4 infield positions.
Twins and Rangers open up a series tomorrow at Target Field, and it's a Sports Authority value pack game. Purchase a ticket in the U.S. Bank home run porch. Get a free Schweigert's hot dog and Pepsi. Tickets are limited for the game. Call 800-33-TWINS or visit twinsbaseball.com.
You can have a nice career at the major league level. Denny Hawking was one that, could play anywhere. Nick Punto, now with the Cardinals, but he did that for the Twins. Played every position, even the outfield. So Luke Hughes, very valuable to a club throughout the year when other guys, you give guys days off.
Michael Brantley lined a single to left to start the ball game. Ended up being thrown out trying to steal. And Pavano misses the outside corner. Hits the mound and skips into center, and Brantley continues to pick up hits against the Twins. So Brantley aboard with Asdrubal Cabrera coming to the plate.
Well, Brantley picking up his 5th hit in the series in 8 at-bats, taking that pitch right back up the middle. Pavano kind of hit his glove. He thought maybe he should have had it. That ball hit pretty sharply.
Cabrera struck out in the first inning, and after strike 3, Butera threw Brantley out at second base. Brantley took off toward second but pulled up. 1-0. There are some awfully good shortstops in the American League Central. You've got Alexi Ramirez of the White Sox.
Johnny Peralta.
Johnny Peralta of the Tigers. He's done everything the Tigers could have hoped for.
Young Escobar with the Kansas City.
The defensive wizard in the division. But Cabrera, who's fought some injuries here in Cleveland, has emerged as the best shortstop in the division.
Now, he may not get the most votes. It looks like Derek Jeter will probably get the most votes, but this guy should definitely be on the All-Star team. They don't draw here as well as, say, in New York or some of the bigger markets. A lot of people really don't know Asdrubal Cabrera yet. But he is having an all-star year.
1-1. And he gets hit by the pitch. Got him in the right arm, and that'll send Brantley to second base.
Yeah, that's smart. That's smarts right there. Cabrera taking his time. Sandy Alomar Jr. will
off the back of the elbow.
Right.
Yeah. So now first and second with 2 gone, and Grady Sizemore to the plate.
3rd hit batsman for Pavano on the year.
So the Indians putting together a threat here with a single and a hit batter with 2 gone in the inning.
Cabrera still kind of bothered by that hit by a pitch, shaking that right hand around.
Swing by Sizemore. In the second inning, Pavano pitched around a 1-out double, leaving Chu at third base. A situation developing here in the third after the first 2 men were retired. Fouled, and it's 1-1.
Good off-speed pitch right there. Sizemore playing in only his 29th game of the year. Last year he played in only 33 games because of injury. Started the season on a disabled list. recovering from the left knee surgery, and then put back on a disabled list in the middle of May because of some right knee problems.
Up and in, 2-1.
Garcia ends the inning. Threat slips through the fingers of the Indians, and the Twins still lead 1-0. Trip for us on our AT&T trivia question. Nailed every answer. Who's the only Indian to record 2,000 hits, plus hits, with Cleveland? That's a good question.
I know Andre Thornton played a lot of years. I don't think he got 2,000 hits, though.
I have to go back to like Tris Speaker. Up and away, ball one. Casilla, Kadire, and Morneau here in the Twins' fourth. Casilla, swing and a miss, a foul tip, 1-1. Two on one. Casilla had a really good series in Kansas City. He's been hitless here in Cleveland. To center. Hit right at Sizemore. One away. Arby's and Fox Sports North are giving you a chance to win a trip for two to Fort Myers, Florida. Simply pick up an Arby's It's Good Mood Food code card every Friday at any participating Arby's. Then log on to foxsportsnorth.com, click on the Fan Zone tab, and enter the code for the chance to win. To enter, you must be a member of the Fan Zone. It's free to join, and be 18 or older. Visit foxsportsnorth.com for complete contest details. Kadire bounces it foul, one strike, cracked another bat. Kadire lined out to the right fielder, Shin-Soo Choo, his first time up. This one popped up to the right side. Phelps makes the catch, 1 away. 2 away, I beg your pardon. You mentioned before Masterson's had a kind of a tough go since winning his first 5 starts. He has not won in his last 7, but he's kind of used to that too. He had a streak
from 09 into 010. He went 17 starts without a win, and over that time lost 11 ball games.
Yeah.
And Morneau with a ground ball hit right at Cabrera. Masterson has a quick 1, 2, 3, fourth inning. Got through it on just 7 pitches. On Fox Sports North is brought to you by Grand Casino. The best stories start here. And by AT&T. 1-0 Twins trying to win their first 3-game series of the year. They're 0-11 in 3-game series. Carlos Santana will lead off the fourth. He'll be followed by Shin-Soo Choo and Matt Laporta. Pavano, after hitting Cabrera in the third inning, undaunted, comes right back inside to Santana.
Well, again, Santana right on top of the plate. His actually hands look like they're over the inner half of the plate, going back in again.
2-0. And now 3-0.
Yeah, both pitchers working at a good pace. Hot, muggy afternoon day. For Pavano, this will be his 50th pitch.
Bouncer up the line foul. Yeah, it seems strange. Not so much for us, I guess, but back home, it's high noon. We're already in the bottom of the fourth inning.
Well, this at one time was scheduled as a night game, and then they changed it late in the schedule.
Full count to Santana. And he draws a walk. Santana aboard. It's the second time the Indians have had their leadoff man aboard. And let's go to Robbie and Smikowski.
Well, guys, the Major League Baseball draft started on Monday, and you can log on to FoxSportsNorth.com for the latest journal entry from Michael Kadire. He talks about his draft experience and what a memorable and exhausting process it was for him. And it's a fabulous first-hand account that he gives. And, in fact, he tells you precisely where he was when the phone call came, who called him, and where he went in the draft. As we all know, 9th overall pick, 1997. But the process was unbelievable, and he describes the whole thing step by step. It's great reading right now on FoxSportsNorth.com. A great first-hand account of what some of these kids have gone through in the past week.
Yeah, Kadire, very young, just out of high school when the Twins drafted him #1 in 1997.
Foul back, and you were what, 17, 18 when you were drafted?
I was 18, yep. In 303 more days, I will be 61. Yeah, you know what? When that came, I knew I was probably going to get drafted. I thought the Atlanta Braves actually were going to draft me because the scout who was following me, Bob Zook at the time, I mean, I thought for sure the Braves. He ended up taking the catcher that caught me in high school, Tom Hirely, and then I was picked by the Twins in the 3rd round. Then you get a phone call from the scout. He said he'd like to come over and talk to us. And of course, they offered me schooling. And I said, come on. Are you kidding me? So they came back and offered $15,000. And I thought that was pretty good money because my dad made about $6,000 or $7,000 a year. And that was very good money.
What was Bob Uecker's line? He said his signing bonus was $5,000, and where his dad came up with the money, he had no idea. 1-2 to Shin-Soo Choo. And now 2-2.
Well, Choo doubled in his first at bat off the left field wall with a 1-out double in the 2nd inning. Got a fastball away.
Bouncer up the right side, and Hughes will meet Choo 2/3 of the way for the first out. On the play, Santana goes to second.
Yeah, good changeup right there, and Choo way out front.
Matt Laporta will hit with a runner in scoring position. Hit a fly ball to Ben Revere his first time up. Here in the 5th, and Laporta way out in front of the breaking pitch. Laporta's fly ball went to the wall in center field. Revere had to go back to haul it in, and on the play, Choo went to 3rd base, but the Indians stranded him there. Strikes to Matt Laporta. Gutierrez sets up inside, and Pavano left one out over the plate and got away with it.
Yeah, you can see the powerful swing of Laporta. He hit 12 home runs last year, but he hit only 221. And the Indians still high on this guy. I mean, he came over from the Milwaukee Brewers. The Brewers drafted him #1 back in 2007 out of the University of Florida. He came over in a CC Sabathia trade in July of 2008.
Breaking ball, flip foul. Another 0-2 to Laporta. Struck him out.
Ooh, good changeup, great location. Pavano picks up his 2nd strikeout.
We're seeing a little bit more of that. Pavano, for the longest time, had a tough time picking up strikeouts, but now he's not only getting them, but in some key spots.
Talking to Pavano, he feels a little bit better, more comfortable on the mound. He feels like his rhythm is starting to flow a little bit. For a while there, he's really struggling with his control, and that back in early May, but the last 3-4 starts, he's been a lot more consistent.
Warren Phelps, the hitter. Swing and a miss. He's seen 2 major league pitches and taken a big swing at both of them.
Yeah, good changeup right there. Phelps down in Columbus, played in 55 ball games, a switch hitting infielder, hit .299, 7 home runs, 40 runs driven in. Another good changeup, great location.
Phelps back in the 2nd inning with Choo at 3rd and 2 away. Hit the first pitch sharply on the ground to Tolbert, who ended the inning.
Yeah, Phelps, 24 years old, out of Stanford University, signed by the Indians in 2008, their #3 pick.
2 strikes to Cord Phelps. Smothered by Butera.
3 straight changeups. You know, when I first came up, they always said, don't ever follow a changeup with a changeup. And then I ran into Frankie Viola, and he would throw changeup after changeup after changeup. So Pavano's doing right here to Phelps. They look like another changeup. Then he picks up his 3rd strikeout.
Pavano pitches around the leadoff walk to Santana. Twins have a run against Justin Masterson. They lost a 1-0 ball game last night. They'll take a 1-0 win here today.
And Masterson's used to this right here. Again, he has not won over his last 7 starts, where the Indians have scored just 15 runs over those 7 starts. So, you know, you talked about from 2009 to last year, when he went through that period of 17 straight starts without a win. 50 pitches right now, so the pitch count outstanding, 34 for strikes.
Snap bat, and Young's going to try to beat out a hit. Phelps makes a nice play. That ball got right in on his knuckles, and Young is thrown out by Cord Phelps.
Well, Masterson kind of a slinger. You know, he's got that long arm, and that ball will run right into you, and that's what it did right there. Ouch. But the grass here we've seen at Progressive Field slows that ball down a little bit, and Phelps comes in barehanded, with his glove, and a quick release. Nice play.
Here's Danny Valencia, singled up the middle, his first time up. Now, is it just my imagination, or is the infield grass here a little bit more lush than it used to be when the Indians had their great offensive lineups? If you've got a pitching staff built around sinker balling right-handers,
let the grass grow.
Let the grass grow a little bit. Absolutely.
Yep.
Inside, 2-1.
It's called home field advantage.
Swing and a miss, and it's 2-2. Valencia singled and then was thrown out trying to steal. The Twins had their innings end in the 2nd and 3rd with stolen base attempts. Checked his swing. Full count with Luke Hughes on deck. strikes out for out number 2.
And Masterson picks up his 3rd strikeout. His first since the 2nd inning. Good location, hard fastball down.
Take the Twins with you wherever you go this season. Subscribe to MLB.TV today and see every Twins game live or on demand on your computer and your favorite devices. You can visit twinsbaseball.com to order. Get more details. MLB.TV. Baseball everywhere. However, in-market blackout rules do apply. Hughes hit the first pitch of the 3rd inning into right field for a single, and he'll hit another base hit to right field. A 2-out single, this time here in the 5th.
I always like watching the catcher move, and Marson sitting outer half of the plate. The ball came in on Hughes, and he just kind of went the other way with it. Look where Masterson's sitting, but look where the ball ends up. Excuse me, Marson. And Masterson left that ball out over the plate.
And we'll see if the Twins try to send Hughes here with 2 outs, trying to move him into scoring position. Tolbert hit the ball hard to Shin-Soo Choo his first time up. And Tolbert takes a strike. Been a good road trip for Tolbert. The average still in the low 200s. Down and in, 1-1.
Tolbert looking down at Steve Little, the 3rd base coach. Going through signs, Jerry White, the 1st base coach for the Twins. There's Steve Little. He's not in the coacher's box.
2-1.
I always wonder why they put those out there. Jerry White's not in his coach's box.
Batters are never in the on-deck circle.
No.
They're supposed to stay close to it. 2-1 to Tolbert. 3-1 with Butera on deck.
Now Steve Little going through signs. Maybe a little hit and run put on right here by Gardy. Get Hughes moving. Maybe one of the infielders going towards second.
Masterson hasn't walked anybody yet. Hughes goes, and Tolbert hits it into right field.
There you go.
Hughes will go to 3rd. Tolbert with a base hit. The Twins are putting together a 2-out threat with a pair of singles.
I think sometimes a hit and run is good only because it gets that hitter thinking, I have to swing at this pitch. And it's a 3-1 fastball, and Tolbert finding the hole between 1st and 2nd with Hughes taking off. He makes it over to 3rd.
When the Twins had their 5-game winning streak, more often than not, it was the bottom 3rd of the order responsible for producing the bigger innings or the biggest runs. And here with 2 out, Hughes, Tolbert, and Butera hoping to reprise that. Hughes at 3rd has scored the only run of the game so far. Butera to center, and it's hit at Sizemore to end the inning.
Hit it too good.
With the ball hard, the Twins strand 2 in the 5th. Indians on the list. And the Twins have a 1-0 lead.
Twin fans, don't forget at Twin home games, you bring your Circle Me signs, and you get circled. You might find yourself on a Minnesota Lottery winner's circle where you could win $100 worth of lottery scratch-off tickets, courtesy of the Minnesota Lottery. Kevin Romberg came in.
Is that who that
teammate
was?
of mine here in Cleveland. Yep. Touch him, drive him nuts.
Okay, now tell the story about that.
Well, Kevin had this, I guess it was anxiety that if you touched him, he had to touch you back, and base hit.
Hanahan with a leadoff single in the 5th.
And that was kind of an ongoing thing. I remember our last game was at Fenway Park, and one of the umpires actually touched Kevin Romberg. It was the last out of the year, and he ran into the umpire's room. Of course, players can't go in the umpire's room. And Kevin had to wait till next year to touch the umpire in spring training. He remembered the whole winter. But he doesn't do that anymore. He's over that, he said.
Good. It was just a superstition, a mental block?
No, just a mental block.
Okay.
Kids used to touch him and run.
Here's Lou Marson, number 9 hitter. Might be bunting here with Hanahan at first. Marson showing no signs of bunting. Takes outside, ball 1.
Kevin Romberg from Dubuque, Iowa.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of on the fringes of Twins territory.
Yes. Actually, he said that first time he met me, I was 19 years old on that winter caravan. I went to Dubuque, and Kevin was in the crowd. He said I was only about 8 or 9 years old. I said, thanks a lot, Kevin.
Pavano has had some situations to pitch around, including the leadoff walk in the 4th. Now has Hanahan at first and nobody out. Swing and a miss, 1-1.
Marson known more as a defensive catcher than an offensive catcher. Marson looking for something maybe up a little bit.
Indians have just 10 sacrifice bunts, and almost half of those from Asdrubal Cabrera. There he squares and bunts it in the air, foul, 2 strikes.
Jabbed at it right there.
Marson doesn't have one.
Yeah.
Adam Everett has a couple. Hanahan has a couple.
When you're a career 200 or less hitter at the major league level, you should learn how to bunt right there. That's just a bad attempt to sacrifice the runner from first to second. Jabbed at it.
So we got one swing, missed. Asked to bunt, fouled it. And Pavano misses low, 2-2.
This afternoon, I've seen Pavano and Butera moves that pitches in that area. Very good control. He's had an outstanding changeup so far. 3 strikeouts in the ball game.
And maybe it's because Pavano's been able to hit his spots, but even in going the distance against Kansas City a few days ago, it seemed like every inning Butera went to the mound at least once to talk over the situation. And here today, I don't think Butera's gone to the mound once.
No, he has not.
2-2 to the number 9 batter. Ball straight back.
Well, he needs a ground ball right here. And Pavano's had only 2 double plays turned behind him this year.
Pavano struck out Laporta and Phelps to get out of the 4th inning.
One of the double plays came in a 9-inning performance last time. Jeff Francoeur.
Fly ball to center. Playable for Revere. And Delman Young comes in front of him to make the catch. One down. And our trivia question going back, I'm just going to say Tris Speaker. It's just a guess.
Lou Boudreau.
Nap Lajoie. Who might have at one point played with Tris Speaker. Well, they're both Hall of Famers, so in a sense we got the answer right. Here's Michael Brantley. Now, when you go in late July, you can look up Napoleon Lajoie. You can look at his Hall of Fame plaque and then reflect on the fact that he was the answer to our trivia question on June 8th.
I will do that.
Here's Brantley, a pair of singles. And he hooks one deep but foul, 1 strike. So the Indians have only 4 hits, and Brantley's got half of them, and now Butera makes his first trip to the mound.
Tried to go fastball in, didn't get it in far enough. Brantley jumped all over it, but did hook it foul.
One strike to Michael Brantley. Foul by about a foot.
Fastball in, and then a changeup, and Brantley all over that. Waited back nicely. Put the ball foul. And both pitches middle in. Let's see how they try to go about their business right here. Butera patting his glove. Make a good pitch right here. Ahead in the count. Going back inside again.
High fly, deep right field. Kadire going back. On the track with the catch. And a deep fly for the second out of the inning.
Yeah, a couple balls hit deep against Pavano. Laporta took Revere straightaway center at the 400 mark. And then going inside, you have to get that ball in there. And Brantley, all 3 pitches middle in that he had pretty good swings at.
And now Cabrera, who struck out against Pavano to extend his hitless streak against Pavano to 0 for 17. And then Pavano drilled him on the back of the right elbow. Change up low.
Well, you have to pitch inside to win at this level, and that's what Pavano does so well. Works both sides of the plate. And Cabrera, he's close to home plate.
2-0. High hop to Tolbert. And the inning ends. A leadoff single is left aboard. 5 shutout innings for Carl Pavano.
Forecast, the Twins are back at Target Field to take on the Rangers tomorrow. It's going to be much cooler, clouds and sunshine. Your first pitch temperature right at 66 degrees.
Well, thank you very much. Right now at 93 degrees here in Cleveland, and the humidity at 50%.
I think I've displayed over the years that I know absolutely nothing about weather.
Yes, I think
but
we all find that out.
How can it get from 103 degrees to the mid-60s without major thunderstorms? To have it cool off that much. Man.
It's a cool front, I guess. I have no idea.
You don't know anything about weather either, do you?
I don't want to either.
Ben Revere leading off the Twins, 6th inning. And Revere with his second hit of the ball game. And a leadoff single here in the 6th. His single in the 3rd drove in Luke Hughes with the only run of the game.
Well, one thing we have seen from Ben Revere, it's that line drive type hit. You know, either back up the middle. This one here just reaches out, hits it the other way. Keeps those hands back nicely. Gets his second hit, the 6th hit for the Twins.
And so we'll see what Casilla does here. Casilla still looking for his first hit of the series.
See if he tries to bunt right here.
Revere takes off. And he's in with a stolen base. First time the Twins have stolen successfully here. Also the first time they took off on the very first pitch.
Yeah, got a better jump right there. In the 3rd inning, he was thrown out by Lou Marson right there. He got a better jump off of Masterson and steals his 4th base. No slipping and a sliding right there other than a sliding at the end.
Now Casilla with a strike will at the very least try to pull the ball to the right side. Indians are playing in at the corners, anticipating a possible bunt. And he went after it. It's the strike, 0-2.
Hey, you kind of jabbed at that right there. You want to make sure that you try to bunt it toward 3rd base. Make Hanahan come in and field it if you're going to bunt. Now with 2 strikes, we'll see if the bunt's still on. Sure, Casilla will be swinging away. He's been swinging a good bat.
Chops it to the right side.
Good job.
And Revere goes to 3rd on the first out of the inning.
Good at bat right there. You should get high fives all around. If you're on the bench, get up. If you're the starting pitcher, you get up. But even if you're another pitcher pitching tomorrow, Blackburn, get up. Baker, get up. Everybody get up. Good job by Casilla.
And now
guys in the truck are up. We're up. Everybody's up.
And the infield's in with Revere at 3rd and 1 away. Kadire with a liner to right and a pop up to 2nd. Twins with a lot of inexperience in the lineup, and now Kadire, the most experienced hitter they have, in a key spot here to try to double the Twins lead.
Well, again, he came into this ball game 8 for 19 against Masterson, so he's had some good numbers, even though he's 0 for 2 so far in this ball game.
Line foul, 1-1.
What we saw in that 5-game winning streak, guys coming through in situations like this, sacrifice fly, base hit, whatever it takes to score Revere in this situation.
Sinker low, and it's 2-1. Twins with 6 hits, they've all been singles. Bouncer to short. Revere can't score. And Cabrera throws out Kadire for out number 2.
Boy, Masterson just stayed with that sinker, and Kadire beat it into the ground.
I think he threw it.
That ball stayed high right there. Kadire just hit the top of half of the ball.
Well, now the infield back at normal depth. And Morneau at the plate looking for his first hit. He's popped to short and bounced to short.
These guys picking up each other. Let's see if Justin can get a hit here.
Rope to right center. And Revere will score, and Morneau digging for second. And he's in with a double. A big RBI for Morneau, coming with 2 outs in the 6th.
And that's winning baseball right there when you can pick each other up. Good 2-out hitting. Kadire unable to get Revere in. So Justin Morneau jumping on that first pitch, driving in his 21st run, and the Twins take a 2-0 lead.
It's got to feel like a kick in the shins for Masterson. The key at bat in the whole inning was Kadire. He ended up getting him with a drawn-in infield, so you get out number 2, and then on the very next pitch, the run scores anyway.
Yeah, he left the pitch up, and Justin did what he should have.
Delman Young, the hitter. And this time Young takes that slider down and away. It just seems like for the last week or so, every first pitch to Delman was that pitch, and he swung and missed at it. 1-0. 2-0.
Boy, as a pitcher, too, you get upset after you make some good pitches to Kadire, and then you leave a cookie up to the next hitter, and you work your tail end off to get that out, but second out with a runner at third, and then the next guy gets a base hit. That's frustrating to a pitcher. And Masterson, again, has not had a lot of run support, so he probably feels every hit or run he gives up, it's one more they're going to maybe not get for him.
Santana puts the tag on Young and keeps the ball in his glove, but the Twins tack on another run in the 6th. CenturyLink high-speed pitch.
Well, Pavano clocked as high as 92. Masterson with that sinking hard fastball at 95. Pavano, I think he's pitched great so far. He hasn't had a 1-2-3 inning, but he's worked out of some situations. 79 pitches, 50 for strikes for Carl Pavano with 1 walk and 3 strikeouts.
He'll face Sizemore, Santana, and Chu, the 3, 4, and 5 hitters for Cleveland here in the 6th. Sizemore a bouncer to second and a pop up to short. Strike 1.
Good fastball middle in.
Lifted deep to left field. Young hoping for a bounce. Gone. A home run. Grady Sizemore to the opposite field, and it's a 1-run lead for the Twins as quick as he can swing the bat.
How big was that run that the Twins got off the bat of Justin Morneau right there? That would have tied the game, but now it's a 2-1 ball game. Sizemore, a pitch up, took it the other way, his 7th home run of the year, and his first career hit against Carl Pavano.
Just over the yellow line, I believe. And here is Santana. Trying to tie it up with a swing. It's fouled back. 1 strike.
7th home run that Pavano has allowed. His 4th to a right-handed hitter. or excuse me, a left-handed hitter.
0-2. And a tapper foul. Pavano, as a Twin, has 25 wins and 20 losses, but I don't know that that one-loss record speaks to his value to the team. He's been, and they might have a hard time believing this in New York, he's been a very durable pitcher.
Yeah. Well, he went through New York, 4 years in New York with nothing but injuries, and it was frustrating. Signed as a free agent with the Indians, then traded over to the Twins.
2-2 to Santana. Snap bat, and Pavano on top of the mound makes the catch. And the business end of the bat rolls into right field. 1 down.
Sometimes as a hitter you jam yourself, and that's what looked like Santana did right there. See Santana again right on top of the plate. Got the barrel of the bat out, but the barrel went flying towards second base because the ball really didn't go anywhere. Pavano caught it up just behind the mound.
Chu with a double off the fence in left center, and then a bouncer to Hughes at first. There's another one. Hughes picks it off. Pavano to the bag. And a nice play by the transplanted first baseman.
Yeah, good lead right there by Hughes to Pavano.
The Our Family Brands family section is back this year, beginning at just $23. You can get a ticket in the family section, a Schweigert hot dog and a Pepsi. Ticket availability is limited, so if you want to sit in the Our Family Brands family section, call 800-33-TWINS or visit twinsbaseball.com. After the home run, Pavano takes care of business, gets a couple of outs, and now he'll face Laporta.
Well, you know what? Hughes did the right thing. He went over there to cover this area right in there. Watch Hughes get over there. And then Pavano, you want to lead that pitcher right there to give it to him as quick as he can so Pavano can find that bag. And a good play by Luke Hughes.
A strike called to Laporta.
Kent Herbeck was probably one of the best as far as going to his right. And if you're a pitcher, you better get over there because he was always moving that way. Covered a lot of ground.
The image I have of Herbeck, two things defensively. One, the stretch and the splits to stretch out and get the throw, but also making so many of those throws from his backside. There's a liner to Tolbert to end the inning. A home run starts the 6th inning for Cleveland. Sizemore hits his 7th of the year. It's 2-1. The Twins up a run.
On the third inning, it was Ben Revere extending his hitting streak to 11 games, an RBI single. That scored Luke Hughes. And then good two-out hitting by Justin Morneau. Driving in, Revere had led off the inning with a base hit. And then Grady Sizemore off of Pavano, a solo home run leading off the bottom of the sixth. So Twins have that 2-1 advantage right now.
And Danny Valencia will lead off the seventh against Justin Masterson.
Yeah, Masterson 78 pitches, 50 have been strikes, no walks in a ball game, 3 strikeouts. He's given the Twins 7 hits, 6 singles and a double.
One of the hits by Valencia, who singled to center his first time up. This one chopped up the line, foul. Mentioned this is the 61st game for the Twins. Ron Gardenhire has had to use 57 different lineups. But sometimes you hear the term the unbalanced schedule. It really has been unbalanced for the Twins in terms of home and road. This is their 40th road game. Half the road schedule will have been played after today, roughly. And the Twins have played just 21 home games.
Yeah, we just left Kansas City, and it's almost reversed for them. They've played so many home games and hardly anything on the road.
Valencia takes low, 2-1.
But the Twins coming home for a nice home stand. Longest of the year so far.
And if they're going to continue their march up the central standings, they've got to play much better baseball at home. Valencia drives it to right center field.
That's trouble.
Should run the gap and be at least 2 for Valencia. His second hit. It's a leadoff double here in the seventh.
Well, Masterson has left some pitches up, and the Twins have taken advantage of it. Not a lot of ground ball outs. Now, last inning, he got 3 ground ball outs, but there was the hit by Revere that the ball was left up, and then he left the ball up to Justin Morneau. Right here, he got a pitch up in the zone. Danny Valencia hit it the other way. That's his 11th double of the year on his second hit of the ball game.
And the Twins are glad to see that, because Valencia, they feel, has been pulling off a lot of those pitches and trying to pull them. Not only did he get an opening hit, an extra base hit, but he drove it hard to the opposite field.
Gardy gave him a couple days off. He'd played every day, so give him a couple days off just to sit there and, think about the game a little bit and appreciate that you're wearing a Major League uniform. Come back kind of fresh, and so far so good. 2 for 3.
Luke Hughes with a pair of singles, both of them to the right side of the field. Takes strike 1. And now strike 2. Twins have their first week and a half long homestand starting tomorrow night against Texas with an off day in the middle of it.
Then interleague comes into play, and the Twins have always done well in interleague play.
And Hughes! Oh, what a great catch by the second baseman, Cord Phelps. Hughes nearly got his 3rd hit of the game, and Cord Phelps dives to his right.
Yeah, Cord Phelps in his first Major League game makes a Major League play. Diving to his right. And Valencia stayed right there near second base. He had to make sure that ball got through, but it did not. Nice catch.
So now Tolbert singled his last time up. Hit the ball hard his first time up. Sharply hit. Valencia holds at second. Tolbert retired, and Valencia 2 outs after his leadoff double is still at second. Now Drew Butera. He's got a 2-out hit in the 6th to score a run. They're going to need one here from Butera to get Valencia in from 3rd. Backhanded by Marson, ball 1.
Well, if you're a runner at second base, you have to look at your outfield and see where the outfield's playing. Chu in right field playing very shallow in right. Now Sizemore, you can run on his arm a little bit. Brantley out in left field, not playing very deep.
That pulled foul, 1-1.
And what I'm talking about, it's also what Steve Little's looking at. If a ball is hit in front of Chu, There's probably a good chance he would not send Valencia. Chu has an outstanding arm in right field.
Already thrown out 2 runners against the Twins this year at Target Field. One and one to the Twins catcher. Just missed inside. 2-1.
Again, you see the movement. Well, Porter said it was inside.
Gutierrez swings at the same pitch, 2-2. Scored in the 3rd after a leadoff single. Scored in the 6th after a leadoff single. Trying to do something now with a leadoff double. Pitch is low and it's a full count with Ben Revere on deck. To Drew Butera. Bouncer left side. Hanahan gobbles it up. And the inning ends. Valencia left at second base. It's still a 2-1 ball game. Baseball on Fox Sports North is brought to you by McDonald's. Try a strawberry banana or wild berry real fruit smoothie today. And by the new Quest 5-year price lock promise. Visit quest.com/promise for more details. A sunny, summery day here in Cleveland, and the Twins are trying to get out of town with a series win and keep the pursuit on with Carl Pavano pitching for the Twins. The Twins just 6 days ago were 16.5 games back, and they'd love to get it trimmed back to 11.5 games. Roughly a third of that deficit would be taken care of in 1 week.
Yeah, I look at the Twins, even though they lost yesterday, they've won 5 out of their last 6, and see if they can make it 6 out of 7 with a win here this afternoon. That's the way you kind of have to look at the season. April and May are over with, and so far in June they're playing a lot better baseball.
Court Phelps is 0 for 2. He bounced to second in the second inning, and the first pitch he saw as a big leaguer, and then Pavano struck him out in the 4th. Just inside a ball.
He struck him out, it looked like, on 4 straight changeups in his last at-bat. Another changeup that just misses low.
Foul. 2-2. Phelps called up to help energize the lineup a little bit. Orlando Cabrera has done a nice job, the veteran, but Phelps hitting well enough to warrant a call-up. The Indians have the luxury of doing that. They've called up guys from the minor leagues who have done well down there. Here's a bouncer toward the middle, backhanded by Tolbert, throws him out. The Twins, on the other hand, with all the injuries, have been forced to call up people simply because they're healthy. One down, and here's our Home Depot doing more on defense.
Well, off the bat of Luke Hughes, it was Cord Phelps that made a great play in the top of the inning. Definitely saving a run.
Here's Hanahan. Singled his last time up. And he takes inside a ball.
And that's what Pavano's done here. You know, if you're a pitcher sitting on the bench, you watch. I mean, even that pitch right there, he made Hanahan move his feet a little bit. The ball inside, down and in. Now goes away. So he's working both sides of the plate. Sometimes you see pitchers out there and the hitters just, they look very comfortable at the plate. They don't, you know, pitchers don't make them move their feet. Pavano works both sides of the plate. Goes back in again. This will be pitch number 100 for Pavano. ...114 pitches used in his last start, a complete game victory. Excuse me, 112.
Back to Pavano. Who underhands it to Hughes, 2 down. Coming up on Sunday, Twins and Rangers will meet at Target Field, and it's a Danny Valencia jersey day. The first 5,000 fans, 14 and under, will get the Valencia jersey courtesy of the Twins' cornerstone partner, U.S. Bank. Tickets are available now for the game. You can call 833-TWINS or visit twinsbaseball.com. So 2 gone. Number 9 hitter Lou Marson at the plate. Marson in what might have been a key at bat in his last at bat. After Hanahan singled, Marson was asked to bunt. Attempted once to do that, didn't get it done, and then ended up flying out to left. And Hanahan never did leave first base. Twins had that situation earlier when Casilla didn't get a bunt down, but Morneau eventually drove the run in with a double. There's a base hit up the middle with 2 outs here in the 7th. And that'll get Brantley to the plate.
Well, Marson gets his first hit, only the 6th hit for the Indians.
Well, everything Michael Brantley has made contact with here has been hit pretty hard. And here comes Ron Gardenhire to talk to Carl Pavano. Brantley has a couple of sharp singles, some loud foul balls, and a deep fly to right against Pavano.
A quick trip to the mound by manager Ron Gardenhire, and I didn't see him make a motion to the bullpen. There is some action down there, but Gardy, I think, just wants to give Pavano a breather, talk about this at-bat right here. Also talking to his infield. Jose Majares is up in the bullpen.
And Brantley with a pair of singles and a deep fly ball.
See, this is where a veteran like Pavano, he wants that ball. You know, I mean, he's going to be upset if Gardy came out and took him out of this situation. He's a guy that wants to go deep into the ball game. Now, his last at bat, all the pitches were inside to Brantley that, you know, he hooked foul 2 of them, and then he hit that fly ball to deep right field. And we'll start him off with a changeup away for a ball.
There's a changeup that floats over. Pavano hoping for his first 1-2-3 inning. That didn't happen. And he's trying to get the Twins off the field with a lead. Outside corner, 1-2.
They went to the fastball right there at 91. So 2 changeups and then the fastball. And Butera sitting away and the ball away. So they have not come inside to Brantley at all in this at bat in the first 3 pitches. Butera again sitting outside.
To center, short center. Revere coming in, can't make the play. So a bloop single, sending Marson to third base. And Brantley has his 3rd hit of the ball game against Carl Pavano.
Yeah, his 6th hit in this 3-game series, and not a bad pitch. And Rivera playing pretty deep. So he has to come hustling in. He can't catch up to it. So runners at the corners with 2 outs.
So 1st and 3rd, and it's Drupal Cabrera to the plate. And Butera and Tolbert talk with Pavano. Cabrera 0 for 2. He was hit by a pitch in the 3rd inning. In his career now against Pavano, he's hitless in 18 at-bats.
Well, with Brantley up, the outfielders were playing almost the don't let the ball get over your head type defense, and Brantley just hit it off the end of the bat in front of Rivera. Not much you could do about that.
And a weak swing and a dribbler foul, 1 strike.
Again, Cabrera has not figured out Carl Pavano 0 for 18. And this is no time to figure him out here. Hit one of those sacrifice flies.
Inside, 1-1. Indians threatening with a pair of 2-out singles. Tying run 90 feet away. To bunt and taking ball 2.
Alex Burnett joining Jose Majares out on that bullpen.
Two and 1. Bouncer to first. And Hughes goes to the bag, and the Indians strand a pair of runners in the 7th. It's a 2-1 ball game as we go to the 8th.
came into this ball game with a 10-game hitting streak, and right off the get-go, he did strike out to lead off the ball game, but then an RBI single in the third inning that made it a 1-0 Twins lead. Then he led off the sixth with a single, stole second, and then Justin Morneau drove him in with a big 2-out RBI double.
Masterson still out there for the Indians. He pitched around a leadoff double in the seventh, and he'll face Revere to start the eighth.
Yeah, Masterson had most pitches he's thrown in an inning, 16 pitches. He did it twice. 92 pitches after 7 innings.
So Revere struck out his first time up. The RBI single in the third, the single, the stolen base, the run scored in his most recent at bat. He takes ball 1. Pavano is done for the day after 7 good innings. 2-0.
You know what? I think if that 7th inning was a little bit easier, he may have went out for one more, but he threw a lot of pitches, 19 in that last inning, and that's really the inning that he had more duress than anything. And a hot afternoon day, a good outing for Pavano, 110 pitches.
Rare to see Revere pop the ball up. He does to Sizemore, 1 away. You can click on the Fan Zone tab on the FoxSportsNorth.com homepage for the chance to win 2 tickets to the Wild Fan Fest, which is part of the NHL Draft Weekend in St. Paul. If you aren't a member, you can join. It's fast, it's free, and it's at the Fan Zone tab on FoxSportsNorth.com. 1 gone. Here's Alexi Casilla. 0 for 11 in the series. Did advance Revere from second to third with his 6th inning ground ball.
That's when everybody got up.
That's right. Check the swing, 1-1. And the Twins again in their 11th 3-game series of the year, trying to win their first series. They've been swept 5 times in 3-game series. Which helps explain why the Twins, picked by many people to win the division, have been looking up at 4 teams almost all year long.
Well, Twins just need to find a way to get back to 500. That's their first goal, and then go from there.
2-1 to Casilla. There's a bunt. And that's going to work out pretty good. He bunted it in the air, but it's the first bunt single that we've seen in 36 hours.
Santana, the first baseman, he doesn't get to play a lot of first base, and he went toward the bag as soon as the bunt went rather than go after the ball. And, it kind of left that spot open right there. You don't see the first baseman until right there, and it's too late.
So again, with Casilla's speed on the bases, some options here for the Twins. Kadire at the plate, hoping to atone for his 6th inning at bat. The Twins have tried to steal 3 bases, been successful once today. And Kadire takes a strike.
Well, when you're little jackrabbits like Casilla, you know what? You can get out of little slumps like that by doing exactly what he did right there. Get a bunt single. Now it's 1 for 1 rather than 1 for 12. So Casilla has 8 stolen bases.
Kadire takes strike 2. Kadire hit the ball hard his first time up to Shin-Soo Choo in right field. One and 2. Or excuse me, 0-2 to the batter. Now it's 1-2. Pitch out to even the count. Two and 2 to Michael Kadire. Cabrera to Phelps, a double play. So Masterson has pitched wonderfully here today for the Indians, but he comes off the mound after his 8th inning, down a run.
We've got continuing coverage coming your way right here on Fox Sports North with Twins Live, presented by CenturyLink, featuring the Toyota postgame wrap. We're going to talk about Carl Pavano and how he located his pitches today. Gave him 7 spectacular innings, surrendering just the Grady Sizemore home run. Clutch hitting, Justin Morneau delivered just that with a 2-out RBI double. Right now stands as the difference in the ballgame. And Ron Gardenhire's postgame press conference, what do you think of Pavano? And how excited is he to get home in front of the home fans at Target Field? Finally, you're going to get it all on Twins Live, presented by CenturyLink. Dick and Bird, how about that?
How about that, Robbie?
Sounds good, Robbie Ince-Mikowski. And Jose Majaras comes out of the Twins' pen to face Grady Sizemore, Carlos Santana, and Shin-Soo Choo.
Majaras worked here on Monday night. He faced 2 batters, able to get a double play ball off the bat of Carlos Santana, and then an error made behind him.
Sizemore has really struggled against left-handed pitchers, hitting just .129 against them this year. 1-0 from Majaras to Sizemore. And it seems like every at-bat that Majaras has starts with a 2-0 count. A rocket headed to right field, but it never got there.
Well, that first baseman's glove right there by Luke Hughes helped him, because I think he needed every inch of that glove as he dove to his right and made a great catch. Sizemore hit it right on line, and Hughes reaches out and able to use that first baseman's glove to snare that line drive out. Nice catch.
1 down, and that'll bring up the switch hitter Santana. And Majaras shaves the outside corner. One and one.
The bullpen for the Twins really in a nice groove right now. They have pitched extremely well out of that bullpen. It's been a combination of all the relievers.
Not the relievers that the Twins necessarily thought would be pitching in ball games in June, but they've done a very nice job.
Yes, they have.
Glenn Perkins on the disabled list. Joe Nathan on the disabled list. Two and one. The end of the bat. has had better numbers this year from this side of the plate than the other. Chopper to short. Casilla charges. Over to Hughes, out number 2. Jake Peavy likely will be placed on the disabled list. That's what he said last night. Peavy has had an assortment of injuries since the White Sox acquired him. This time it's a groin muscle. And actually all that does probably for the White Sox is simplify matters. Instead of a 6-man rotation, they'll just go with the standard 5. There's Perez and Tony Sipp warming up in the Cleveland bullpen. Up and in, ball 1 to Shin-Soo Choo. Choo's had his struggles against lefties, hitting just over 200 against them. 1-1. Gets a swing and a miss, 1-2.
Yeah, good slider right there by Maharis.
Pavano in his 7 innings did not have a 1-2-3 inning.
They almost have to go back with it again. Gutierrez sitting away.
High fly to right field. Coming in is Kadire. Maharis out of the pen, and he has a 1-2-3 8th inning. Twins with a 2-1 lead as we go to the 9th inning, trying to take this series 2-1. And the guy's been really tough on the Twins over the years. Tony Sipp.
Yeah, Sipp have very good numbers this year, making his 26th relief appearance, 2-0 out of the bullpen, 25 innings. He's allowed only 15 hits. He's allowed 4 home runs, one coming the other day. Josh Hamilton jumping on that first pitch for a home run. 7 walks, 21 strikeouts. Left-handers hitting only 65 off of Tony Sipp. 2 hits and 31 at-bats.
Yeah, including the Hamilton home run. There's only one other hit by a lefty this year. Here's Morneau, who will lead things off in the 9th, then Young and Valencia. Morneau stroked an RBI double in the 6th inning with 2 out to score Ben Revere, and that run right now is standing as the difference maker in this game.
Yeah, Tony Sipp, not a big man, 6 foot tall, about 180. Very hard slider. That's his out pitch.
You've made the comparison over the years to a teammate of yours, Tommy Hall.
Tommy Hall, the Blade. Yep. Sip, 27 years old, in his 3rd season with the Indians. Played his college ball out of Clemson University. He was drafted in the 45th round by the Indians in 2004.
Morneau pops it up behind third. Hanahan shading his eyes, and it's the left fielder Brantley coming in to make the catch. One away. So one down, and that'll bring up Delmon Young. Young hitless in the game. And one of the great mysteries surrounding Young's season so far, his apparent inability to hit left-handed pitching. He's hitting just 167 against lefties with 7 singles. No doubles, no triples, no home runs. Up and in, ball 1.
Well, another good job by Justin Masterson. Again, not a lot of run support. Pitched 8 innings, gave up 2 runs, both earned, no walks, 3 strikeouts.
Foul back, going on.
I think every day Twin fans waiting for Delmon Young to get into that groove he was in last year. Just been a tough challenge for Delmon Young.
High fly, short center field. Sizemore in a couple of steps. And he carried the ball club last year for some extended periods of time.
He hit 298, 21 home runs, drove in 112 runs, and Twins want to get back to 500. They're going to need Delmon Young to find that groove.
Danny Valencia with a couple of hits, one taken up the middle, and then he drove a double to right center. And he'll hit here with 2 gone on the top of the 9th. Strike 1. Valencia getting a couple of days out of the lineup. Clear his head. And he's put a couple of good swings on the ball. Strike 2. With all the players on the disabled list, Valencia, despite his struggles, is leading the team in runs batted in with 27 among active players. One and 2. And Valencia hitting over 300 against left-handers.
Yeah, Jason Kubel leading the club with 30 runs driven in. Then Danny Valencia.
Breaking ball got him. Sip comes out of the pen and sets the Twins down quickly. 1-2-3. to win one today.
Oh, you need good pitching, and the good pitching continues for the Twins. Carl Pavano here this afternoon. 7 very good innings, worked both sides of the plate very well. Justin Masterson, another master type of outing, but he's got a chance to lose his 5th in a row in 8 starts. And Matt Capps coming out of the ball game, coming into the ball game, looking for his 9th save. He picked up his 8th save of the year in the 6-4 win here on Monday night.
Jason Repko in the ball game in left field for Delman Young. Twins playing a man short after sending Denard Span back to Minnesota last night. So Repko in left, and Capps scheduled to face Laporta, Phelps, and Hanahan. Laporta's never faced him. Of course, Phelps has never faced him because he's playing in his first major league game. Hanahan's had just one at bat against the Twins closer. Faced just 3 men and getting the save the other night, but did give up a leadoff single.
I got the double play off of the bat of Shelley Duncan to end that ball game. And there's strike 1, and Matt Capps, a strike thrower.
Oh, 1 to Matt Laporta. 1 hop sharply to Casilla. Over to Hughes, 1 away. Casilla playing very confidently out there at short. Took his time and made an on-target throw to Hughes.
Well, the ball got to him so quickly. He played that 1 hop, almost took a step back, made sure he got the good bounce into his glove, and then a good throw over to Hughes at first.
So Phelps, who is 0 for 3, a couple of ground balls to Tolbert and a strikeout. Strike on the outside corner. Indians were swept by the Rangers in a 4-game series. Now in danger of losing 2 out of 3 in this Twin series at home. 2 strikes. So if the Twins win this game in the span of 7 games, the Twins will have picked up 5 games on the Indians.
Yeah, Indians coming into this ball game, they've lost 10 out of their last 14 ball games since May 24th.
Both teams play first place teams after this series. The Indians go to New York and the Twins go home to host the Texas Rangers. The Yankees tied with the Red Sox in the East. Squirted foul and back into the seats. Seven innings from Pavano, a clean 8th from Maharis, and now Capps trying to pin it down. That's down the line, twisting foul, still 0-2. With a little pop in his bat. Capps working him away.
Yeah, a lot of times we'll see him come in when he goes away, and here comes Butera sitting inside. And missing inside, but up a little bit.
Breaking pitch misses, 2-2. Phelps with some 2-strike fouls, now taking a couple of pitches to even the count. Comes outfield playing very deeply, no doubles defense. High ball left field. Repko hardly has to move. Out number 2. So good at bat for Phelps. But he's out number 2, and that'll leave it to Jack Hanahan, who's being called back to the dugout, and now he's heading back to home plate.
It's even a better at-bat when he makes an out.
Hanahan heard the call for Travis Buck to pinch hit, but that's for the on-deck hitter if the game gets that far. Hanahan will be sent up there with 2 gone in the 9th. Twin Cities native trying to keep the game alive for Cleveland. On the outside corner.
10 pitches, 8 strikes for Matt Cap.
Little bit high and or inside, 1-1.
Back inside again.
And missing 2-1.
I think Butera behind the plate did a great job of handling Pavano and working both sides of the plate extremely well. Right there, fastball away for strike 1, went in twice. You don't want to make a mistake inside. Watch Butera probably sitting outer half of the plate again.
Driven to deep right center field. Tie game. Jack Hanahan, who grew up a Twins fan, has hit a crushing game-tying home run against the Twins.
5th home run allowed for Matt Capps. They went outside, but he left it up. That ball pretty much right down the middle of the plate. Didn't get it out over enough. You don't want somebody like a Hanahan to beat you with a ball middle in. And that's exactly what he did. So Hanahan ties the game at 2 apiece.
A solo home run for Sizemore in the 6th to make it a 2-1 game, and then down to their last out, the Indians find a little more progressive field magic in the final game of their homestand. Marson will be lifted. They put him back in. They're going to let him hit with the game tied now. Travis Buck was in the on-deck circle. And Marson comes up with the game tied and 2 away.
Yeah, Santana, the other catcher. So Marson stays in the ball game. And Santana, of course, at first base.
One strike to Lou Marson. 2 strikes. And the Indians, who had so many walk-off winners here at home, had a great home field advantage. They've lost that on this homestand, but now in the last game, 1-2, Hanahan with a dramatic game-tying home run. Casillas going to have a really tough play. Safe at first, and Marson beats out an infield hit despite Casillas' great effort.
Well, right off the end of the bat, this ball had a lot of spin on it. After we talked about the grass slowing some balls down, Casillas comes in, has only one play to barehand it. And Marson runs pretty good for a catcher down that first baseline and beat it out. And Marson picks up his second straight single. That keeps this inning going.
Brantley with 3 hits and a warning track fly ball. His last hit wasn't hit well, but he's had a really good series. Caps suddenly has to face his 5th batter here in the 9th inning after getting the first 2 outs pretty quickly. Down and away, ball 1. Foul back, and Brantley took a poke at that right field fence. Pretty big swing.
Yeah, good swing right there by Brantley, but he fouled it off.
One and one to Michael Brantley. A belt high strike. And it's 1 and 2. Brantley with a look back at Al Porter, the umpire.
Ball came back a little bit. Butera held it. Well, Twins are going to have to win this game in extra innings.
1 and 2. Popped up behind the plate. Butera with room and will head to extra innings. Tied at 2. Jack Hanahan hits a home run to tie it in the bottom of the 9th. All season long, Jack Link's beef jerky. Feed your wild side. Jack Hanahan's home run with 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th sends us to the 10th inning. Now the Indians send in their closer, right-hander Chris Perez, to pitch to the bottom third of the Twins lineup, starting with Luke Hughes. Matt Tolbert and Drew Butera will follow. Perez got the save last night, and he's had a wonderful year for the Indians. Obviously not a save situation, but the home team in extra innings doesn't have an opportunity for a save chance. So Maniaca brings him in here to try to shut down the Twins in the 10th.
Yeah, Perez only used 8 pitches last night to get the 2 outs he needed.
Hughes with 2 hits, nearly got a third. Cord Phelps robbed him of a hit in the 7th inning. It turned out to be a huge play because Valencia started the inning with a double. And instead of it being a base hit that might have given the Twins another run, Hughes turned it into an out. Tolbert and Butera were retired, and Valencia never moved from second base. 1-1. It's 1-2. Off the glove of Perez, and he makes the play. And Hughes could very easily have a 4-hit ball game. Perez somehow got his glove on the line drive and turned it into an out.
Well, watch this ball hit right back at him, and then the ball ends up behind the mound. What he does right is barehand it, and then get it over to that first baseman as quick as possible, that being Santana. So a nice defensive play by the pitcher, Chris Perez.
Now Tolbert 1 for 3. Lined out to Chu in the 3rd, singled in the 5th, bounced to short in the 7th. It's inside, a ball. Foul back, and it's 1-1. Chris Perez without a home run allowed, and not many hits allowed. Only batting average of just over 200, as you saw. 1-2.
He became the closer last year after the All-Star break and did a good job. 23 saves for the Indians last year. 15 saves so far this year.
One and 2 to Matt Tolbert. Hanahan gets the first hop. Out number 2. And that'll bring up catcher Drew Butera. And Perez just missed by one batter, facing his old college roommate Danny Valencia at the University of Miami. They have faced each other once, and Perez struck Valencia out last year. Valencia struck out to end the top of the 9th. Now Butera trying to start a 2-out rally in the 10th. Just missing ball 1. One and 1.
Perez blessed with a good fastball, 94 to 95 miles an hour. Hard slider. He'll mix in occasional curveball and a changeup. They'll come right at
you. 1 and 2. Perez has only thrown 11 pitches here so far. Ideally, even if the Twins didn't score, they'd like to run up his pitch count to the point where if there is an 11th inning, the Indians might go to someone else. This will be the 12th pitch of the inning. And Butera takes it 2 and 2. Trying to keep the inning alive and get Ben Revere to the plate here in the 10th. 3 and 2. A dozen walks for Perez in his 22 1/3 innings. Revere hoping for a chance here in the 10th. And Butera down the line has a hit. He'll round first on his way to second. And he's in with a double. So Drew Butera spanks a double down the left field line, and Revere will have his chance.
Yeah, 6th double of the year on a 3-2 pitch. Butera dropping the barrel of the bat right down that left field line. Brantley going over to get it, but Butera gets into scoring position.
And here's Revere, who drove in the first Twins run and scored the second. 2 more hits today for the rookie outfielder, playing in center field for Denard Span, who was sent home to the Twin Cities last night. Down and in, ball 1. Down the middle of strike. Revere singled against Perez last night. Or no, his single was against the starter Carrasco. I beg your pardon.
Yeah, that single brought in Perez.
2-1. Hot day, temps in the low 90s. Three and one with Casilla on deck. So Perez ran the count full to Butera before giving up the hit. Now 3-1 to Ben Revere.
We've seen Revere with that fastball away take that pitch the other way. Outfield playing very shallow.
There's a looper to left, and it's down for a hit. Revere comes in with a hit. The throw from Bradley to the plate, not fielded by Marson. And Revere will go to third base. Ben Revere with his third hit of the ball game, and the Twins retake the lead 3-2.
And his second RBI of the ball game. He does get a pitch and hits it the other way. And Butera, 2-out double. Revere just slapping that ball the other way. Brantley's ball, he made a strong throw home, but the ball bounced up on Marson, unable to catch it. And the ball got away, and the pitcher, Perez, he's backing up third. So Revere scoots over to third. The ball got away from him. Nobody backing up the plate.
And a strike now to Casilla with Revere at third. It looked like the throw from Brantley might have hit the very edge of the grass and hopped up on the catcher Marson. 1 strike to Casilla. 2 strikes.
Yeah, I mean, if that ball had stayed down, they probably have a play on Butera at home, but they took that high hop, and Marson did everything he could to try to keep it in front of him. Ball got behind him, and then the speed of Revere scooted over to third.
Casilla bounces it foul.
It'll be an error on the left fielder, Brantley, on the throw home.
So here it looked like Perez was going to cut through the Twins on just a dozen pitches. And Butera extended his at bat, got the double. Revere got his base hit. 2 strikes again to Casilla. Popped up. And Cabrera, or Asdrubal Cabrera, makes the catch, and that ends the inning. But a couple of big 2-out hits, and the Twins retake the lead in the 10th. Twins come back and get a run on the top of the 10th.
Well, Philip Demattre coming into the ball game. He worked in last night's ball game, one shutout inning in the 8th inning. So he would be looking for his first major league save. He has one minor league save. But Demattre hopefully will get through this outing.
And he will face Asdrubal Cabrera, Grady Sizemore, and Carlos Santana. And Dematre's done a nice job with just a couple of hits allowed. He has walked a few guys, but he will face the 2, 3, and 4 batters for Cleveland here in the bottom of the 10th.
Demattre in last night's one shutout inning threw 16 pitches, 8 for strikes, faced 4 batters.
So with Caps spent after his 9th inning, the Twins hand the ball to Demattre. Very high ball one. One of the other options, although I think the Twins want to go with a left-hander here to face at least Sizemore and the 2 switch hitters. Driven to right, fairly deep. Kadire retreating. 1 away. Anthony Swarzak has pitched well as a starter. He would be available to pitch out of the bullpen, but I think the Twins are a little anxious about the status of Nick Blackburn and his stiff back tomorrow, and I think would like to protect Swarzak in case they need him tomorrow.
Well, 15 comeback wins for the Cleveland Indians. Second in the American League. We're only showing this so we can jinx the heck out of them. They already came back in the bottom of the 9th, so that's good enough.
Here is Sizemore, who, as we said before, has really struggled against lefties, but in his at-bat against Maharis, he hit an absolute rocket that Hughes snagged right before it was going to settle into the outfield grass. Popped up left side.
Well, this is exactly what Sizemore did last night against Demattre. A little pop-up to Casilla.
2 down. And now the last hope for the Indians is their cleanup batter, Carlos Santana.
Santana 0 for 3 with a walk in the ball game.
The walk came leading off the 4th inning. Hit a deep fly to center back in the 2nd. Since then, a pop up to the pitcher, a shattered bat, and a bouncer to short. 2 gone, bottom of the 10th. And Demattre drives a fastball down the heart of the plate. One and one. Two and one with Butera holding it for a second.
Well, Demattre straight over the top. Trying to keep that ball down.
To right center field. Kadire over to the gap. Won't get there. It'll be an extra base hit for Santana. The tying run is at second now with 2 out for Shin-Soo Choo. So another big 2-out, last out hit for the Indians.
Fell behind 2-1, came in with a fastball, and Santana drove it the other way. His 12th double of the year. He gets into scoring position.
And now Shin-Soo Choo doubled his first time up off the fence and left. And he's pulled the ball 3 times and been retired. And as we said, in his 8th inning at bat, struggling against lefties this year. Breaking ball just off the plate. Two and 0. First base open. Matt Laporta on deck.
Yeah, Alex Burnett, he's been up in the bullpen a couple times.
Chu green lighted, and he swings through a fastball. Strike two.
Good fastball, middle in at 93.
Full count with 2 gone in the bottom of the 10th. And Gutierrez comes out to the mound. Tolbert will join the meeting.
Good ball game right here. I like ball games that come down to that final pitch, maybe. Dumatre looking for his first major league save. Indians fought back to tie it in the bottom of the 9th. Twins came back with 1 in the 10th. Now 2 outs with a runner at second and a 3-2 count to Chu.
Bouncer back to Dumatre.
Atta baby.
And the Twins win the game and the series.
And Philip Dumatre getting his first major league save. Congratulations.
And a week ago, the Twins were 16.5 games back, and they've still got a mountain to climb. But they have finished off this road trip with 6 wins in their last 7 games, and the race is on. Anthony LaPanta in the American League Central.